I'm Peter Vondere with Marcus and Millichap, and we're here at the Henry Sloane Mansion on East 68th Street. It's really an unbelievable property for someone to potentially own, just under 20,000 square feet. So really this is the type of place that if the walls could talk, you'd want to know what they're saying. It's really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And we're happy to be here tonight with our friends from Nest Seekers, and hopefully they can bring some good ideas to the table as well.
We are now going into the wind tower. For our segment today, we brought a group of tastemakers together in every industry, from fashion to entertainment to real estate to the arts, bringing in different opinions about what can happen in the Sloane Mansion and also what's happening in the city and in the Hamptons throughout the summer.
Let's start there. I mean, you all are great tastemakers in your own right. What can everyone picture this space being used as or best utilized as?
Well, first of all, the size of this house is so impressive. This is one of the last trophy unsold properties in Manhattan.
Certainly a school or an institute or a gallery or something like that could buy it, but again, this is an extremely expensive space because the highest and best use for the space, you know, with comparable sales in the neighborhood is a single-family residence.
A single-family home would be wonderful.
It would be an adventure.
Absolutely.
To grow up in a house like that,
oh
it's
my
like, okay, you have 3 floors and they're very similar rooms. The first floor, it looks like, okay, we're Renaissance. This place has secret.
Very strong, unusual feeling in it, and
there's a great presence when you walk into it.
Too many properties of this sort are being destroyed, and I really hope that this one survives.
Right.
I would love to see a buyer that comes in and restore and don't rip this up, because it's almost like at least these 2 floors should be landmark because it's so beautiful. And if we destroyed all the history and the pre-war buildings, we're not going to have anything left.
And anyone who has taste is going to want to work with that.
It's a wonderful show space. It should be an embassy.
You know, a lot of governments are not necessarily flush with cash, and this is a lot of money for them to put forward. You cannot get financing, you know, typically on an embassy.
Definitely a private members club. It all depends on community boards and what's allowed in this. It's really going to be a lot of
In London, we turn into a gambling casino, a posh gambling casino.
I don't think we have the zoning rights for that, but...
You could fit a 30-person hot tub in this room.
Very few properties that can just be everything.
I think it's not well suited for private living. It should be done for something like a consulate, gallery, something of that sort.
What about the location? What about being on 68th?
Right.
The best.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this.
Mansion, but you see a young family lives.
Absolutely, it's accessible. And I think that there's been a lot of competition as far as real estate goes with like Tribeca and downtown. Everyone would be downtown. But when you're right here, you can shoot downtown just as quickly as you can from anywhere else downtown.
I've lived here for 16 years and I've lived probably in every neighborhood in the city. And to me, it's all vibrant, it's all happening, it's all transforming, and it's all going through some sort of an ongoing evolution. It's non-stop, and it's what makes this city so beautiful, is that it's constantly evolving.
My name's Todd Haas, and we designed and developed this property in Watermill, New York about 5 years ago. I'm a furniture designer based in Soho, New York, and also an interior designer. We had a home previously in Bridgehampton and decided to create and design a new project. It's really meant to be a house that is inviting to house guests, and at the same time a family home for quiet moments throughout the week when the kids are in school and they are as comfortable sitting doing their homework in the library as they are in the formal living room in the middle of the week. Amy and I are avid cooks, so we love to have house guests and not hire a chef. We do all of our own cooking and entertaining ourselves. I mix the cocktails, Amy's in the kitchen getting everything together. We meet for cocktails in the living room. We go on to the dining room for a formal seated dinner. And we do that every single weekend. It's something that we just love to do. It's a lifestyle that we also do in Paris and in France. We import our friends, so in Europe they all come and see us, and at any given moment there could be 22 people sleeping in this house or in our house in France, and at the same time we have our own wings for our immediate family, and that we still have our strong family unit at all times. Amy and I are complete workaholics with our furniture business, so our office is situated next to the meditation garden so that when we feel stressed and we have that moment, we just open the door and we hear the fountain going, and it immediately calms both of us when we have those days or those phone calls that we really need to relax. The outside of the house has a radius that is the mirror shape of the front radius. Just a very calming shape. When you look out the window, the curve of the pool fits the curve of the manicured privet, and beyond that is the canopy of all the oaks around this property.
As tastemakers throughout the city, what ultimately do you think is happening? You're on top of all the parties. What parties do you think need to be places that need to be seen? The bars, the scene.
Tuesday night, Suzanne Barsh, Le Bon.
What type of crowd usually goes into?
It's a mixed crowd. I mean, Studio 54, circa 2011. It was a sexy, gay, straight, mixed crowd. Everybody turned it out, costumes, makeup. And also the rooftop at Chelsea Arts Museum, it's going to be a private rooftop, but we'll be doing screenings.
Is there anything you could say that would be new in the city that people don't know about?
I was actually going to share some things with you, what's going on in the city.
No dirty details, please.
No dirty details, I'm not sure. But on 27th Street, there's a lot going on.
My apartment. It's on 27th.
What's in your apartment?
A lot going on, apparently.
Can you delete that?
I have a 3-year-old, so I'm not.
So you don't come to Tuesday's parties.
Yeah, I'm a real estate expert. I'm not.
Hi, welcome to summer. I'm Pamela Morgan for Flirting with Flavors. When I think about summer drinks, I think about lemonade. And today we're going to flavor our lemonade with raspberries. So let's get started. First, we start with 2 pints of raspberries, and we're going to put those into a pot with a cup of water and a cup of sugar. We're going to boil that down until it looks like this. It's going to be nice and thick. We're going to strain out the seeds, and then we can put this in our lemonade, and it's going to turn our lemonade this gorgeous, vibrant color. Here we go. You can do this for the adults by adding a little kick and putting some vodka in it, or you can keep this a non-alcoholic drink as well. And if I was going to do it with vodka, I would put a jigger of vodka in each glass. Okay, here comes the flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of this gorgeous raspberry flavor here and the lemonade. Now, every drink needs a garnish. So I'm going to garnish this with a little fresh raspberries and some fresh mint. To make this even more beautiful, a little lemon. Here's to a great taste of summer in the Hamptons. I'm Pamela Morgan for Flirting with Flavors and Blend.
In terms of the Hamptons, do you have any great Hamptons plans?
It's going to be the opening of this new hot spa, Elm. I'm sure you guys heard about it. They're going to be opening and throwing me a fashion party for my latest collection, as I say, fall and winter. They're going to be promoting my fashion line in celebrity dinners and charity events.
Hamptons is always fun. There's so many new restaurants opening up, and there's so many parties throughout the summers.
Right?
Yeah, and it's nice to get out of the city. It gets a little hot, and
You need a break from the
I'm not
city,
used to the American summer. I'm used to the Swedish, so it's nice to get out of the city.
Excellent.
Now my wife and I will probably be out in Southampton for a couple weekends, and my partner who's selling this with me, Peter Von Ray, he has a house in Montauk, so I'll probably go out and visit with him.
Are there specific things coming up that you're looking forward to?
Well, I always like when the weather gets warm because I work and live in Soho. So that's when all the bloggers come out, and that's honestly where the fashion industry is kind of going, is the bloggers are kind of
shaping the market, right?
And it's people watching. Summertime is a great time to look at people, get ideas for fashion.
It's trend watching. You can easily do by standing on the street, right? What is Idol magazine?
It's all about the modeling industry, how branding can take you to a whole different level.
So it's unique for the industry. They haven't done that yet, correct?
What Idol is trying to do is try and show people that once you brand yourself, you can do anything.
It's Memorial Day weekend. I hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday. I want to thank all the great tastemakers that were here with us today. I'm Dimitri Alatras. Thank you all for joining us.